Hey everyone, I'm Mitch.
I'm Austin.
And this is Super Platinum Achievement, and Nintendo hopefully will have a pretty big year this year, but it's not looking promising so far, aside from one little game that is kind of a small game. We'll talk about it here in just a second. But first of all, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video at the end, give us a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to comment your opinions at the end of this video or in the middle of the video. We don't care. If something pops in your mind that we say in the middle, comment right then. So anyway, Nintendo in 2023 doesn't have a huge slate of games coming out, which is kind of weird because we were expecting to have a big year from Nintendo because 2022 wasn't a big year.
Yeah, they only had like an average year. I mean, they had like two or
some
three
decent games.
No, we had Kirby, Bayonetta, and not Bayonetta.
Yeah, Bayonetta 3 came out at the end of the year. Kirby, Splatoon, and Xenoblade.
Yeah, like pretty solid games, but like
no heavy hitters.
None of the top tier games. And you know what we're talking about. So we're kind of looking at what Nintendo's going to be doing this year, and unfortunately, it's like kind of the same-ish thing. They do have one big game.
I don't know if you've heard of it. We'll talk about it here in a second.
Yeah.
Something about a dude named Zelda.
Zordo, I think.
Yeah. But to start the year, we're getting a new Fire Emblem game.
Which I think some people are
That's going to be big for a lot of people. A lot of people love Fire Emblem. That's got a huge following. So a lot of people are excited. We haven't had a new one since 2019. So it's been a few years, and they've made some pretty good improvements on that. So that's to start out the year. After that, we've got some other games that are not necessarily directly Nintendo, like Octopath Traveler. Being Square Enix, the first one ended up going multi-platform. We've got Octopath Traveler 2 coming to the Nintendo Switch.
It is going to be a big one for the Switch. People love the first one. If you like the JRPG style with the big party groups, you can mix and match characters, and each one has their own stories. It looks like they're keeping with that trend. Yeah, it looks good. So I mean, that is one to look forward to this year. If that's all you got is your Switch. So
yeah.
Obviously, we're going to get a ton of Square Enix games also in the mix.
Small Square Enix games.
We didn't want to talk about all of them. The Switch is probably launching 50 plus games this year. So I mean, if that's your cup of tea, this is probably will be a good year for you. It's just, it's too much for us to worry about.
Talk about. There's going to be so many of those tiny games or so many ports that people are excited for. So there's always that to look forward to. I guess to just kind of make this clear, we're talking about some of the big games that are coming to Nintendo that we think are going to make an impact.
Yeah.
So that brings us into our next one. Speaking of Bayonetta, that came out last year, Bayonetta Origins. I forget the whole name of the title. The Witch of something.
Kariza and the something or either. I don't know.
Bayonetta Origins. It's a new style for Bayonetta. Completely new style. It's not your action-packed platinum style game. So that's going to be an experiment for them to see how this game does. So we'll see. It's obviously Bayonetta's origin to see how she became the witch that she is. So a lot of people that are huge Bayonetta fans are going to love to see that and maybe enjoy this new playstyle of a game. And then, of course, there's this game that is pretty small in most places. Not very many people play it.
Definitely not.
The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom is coming out in May. Obviously, that's going to make Nintendo's entire year.
It's going to be the #1 sold game of the year.
It's going to sell probably 40,000 copies.
40,000?
40 million.
Well, it might sell. It should at least sell 40,000.
40 million copies, probably. It's going to probably outsell every game on every other platform.
Except maybe Final Fantasy 16. I think that's kind of the only really big competition that they have, that PlayStation has with that. But I still think Zelda is going to outsell them because more people have the Switch. It is a huge game. People have been waiting 6 years pretty much for this game to come out.
Yeah.
So
it'll be over 6 years by the time it comes out.
Yeah. So it's
March of 17.
It's been a long time coming, and we've known it's been coming for a while. So it's finally here. People are excited.
I'm super excited for that game. My entire family is super excited for that game. That's one game that everybody in my family played. Everybody's excited. Yeah. My son, my 8-year-old daughter, keeps asking me when the new Zelda is coming out. So that's going to be huge. I'm probably going to end up buying several different copies just myself so everybody in the family can play it at the same time. Yeah. So that's what Nintendo's baking on for the entire year.
Yeah, pretty much. And then one more game they have confirmed finally is Advance Wars 1 and 2, the reboot that they've done. They announced that was supposed to already be out, but it will be out this year. And that's pretty much going to be all first half for Nintendo. Nintendo does love announcing a lot of games during the summer and be like, hey, it comes out next week. So I'm assuming that's going to happen again because we don't have a ton of information for games past May, really. We know apparently, so Pikmin 4 is rumored to launch this year.
Yeah, it probably will. But along with that, like he said, a thing they love to do, especially with sequels, is they'll be like, Pikmin 4 is coming out in July, and then they'll be like, but available to play after this Nintendo Direct or something like that.
Yeah.
Remasters of, or just HD ports of Pikmin 1 and 2 will be available as a bundle deal, something like that. Because Pikmin 3 Deluxe was already ported over to the Nintendo Switch. So we'll probably have a Pikmin 1 and 2, because at this point, the Nintendo Switch is so far past what was the GameCube that 1 and 2 originally launched on, that they're probably going to need to update people on the original Pikmins to do it. You don't have to play all of them in order. It's one of those style of games, but I think they're going to do that to get that.
Yeah, and also to get the hype up, because people, especially kids, because obviously the Switch advertises to kids, they've never probably even heard of Pikmin.
Yeah.
So it might be an easy way for them to get into it and then, obviously boost the sales for Pikmin 4. And then after that, we really don't have much. And like
big question mark.
It is a big question mark, and there's a big reason for that we have actually recently discovered.
We have theories.
Yeah. So there was the rumor of there was the rumor for the Switch Pro was supposed to come out that got canceled because of how well the Switch was doing. And now you think back to all the games they have announced that have now gone
all the
nowhere.
rumors.
Where have they gone? I think it's because, Metroid Prime 4. The next Mario game, the next Donkey Kong. Like, games, Metroid Prime we obviously know has been announced. Donkey Kong's rumored. We know there's a new Mario on the way. Are they waiting for a new console? And I think, yes.
I think that's a very strong possibility, because Nintendo always wants to launch their console with one of their console sellers.
And those are three.
Zelda, Mario, Donkey Kong, Metroid are the ones that would be console sellers. Obviously, Zelda's out of the question this time because it's coming out this year.
Yeah.
But I think Mario launching along with a new Nintendo Switch, the Switch 2 or whatever, I think that's going to be it. Whether it comes out this year, probably not. We're expecting 2024, but we expect game announcements, and I do think we're going to see some cross-gen things happen. I do think some of these games are going to be cross-generation between the Switch and the next-gen Switch, but they're going to be optimized in 4K and all that fun stuff for a next-gen Switch, and they're going to be console sellers.
They might do kind of what PlayStation has done now, where you download either the PS5 version or the PS4 version. I'm sure Xbox does the same thing. I just can't testify to that. So maybe that'll be the option: is you have a Switch 2, so here's the Switch 2 version. Here's the Switch.
Xbox. That's actually one of the great things about Xbox. It's just one version, and they do the what's it called? The smart
delivery.
Smart delivery.
Yeah. So that's maybe that's the option they're going to go. So we will see. We kind of are speculating that either that announcement will happen end of the year, like September, if not like almost Game Awards end of the year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So Nintendo has, I think, a big year because of one game in particular, but I think they're going to have, just other than that, a pretty steady, consistent year like they did in 2022.
I think it'll be a big end of the year for announcements.
I think they're gonna.
I think
this is
big things.
Because they've been working on a ton of things. They've announced that they've been working on a ton of things, and we just haven't seen that yet. And I think a lot of it is because they're waiting to release Zelda, because once that's done, if they don't want to take the attention off Zelda, once that's done, they can move their attention onto here's the future. Here's the new console, and then maybe they'll just do what they did with the first Switch, is announce the console and be like, it comes out in 2 months.
And throwing it out there, I mean, this is the longest we've waited between any Zelda title ever. Yeah. We're pushing 7 years at this point, or will be, I think, 7 years at that point of when the original one came out, because it'll be 6 years. Just past 6 years. It'll be pushing 7, but just past 6 years.
6.5.
Of when the Breath of the Wild came out. And that's the longest it's ever been between Zelda titles. Throwing this out there, this is complete speculation, but I think we have a chance of also seeing oh, we've got another Zelda game coming in 2024 that's exclusive to the new console as well. They've done that before in a short period of time. I mean, between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I think it was less than 2 years between those. And then Wind Waker was shortly after. So we've seen Zelda games come out quickly. Because they spent so much stinking time on this one, I think they may have started the other one already to be ready to go. Don't know, just speculation, but obviously nothing's going to sell a console like Mario and Zelda. And if you have both of them come out in 1 year,
Number one console. Boom.
printing money.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
Easy
Nintendo,
mode.
this year, we'll see how it goes. Still mostly a question mark, but Zelda's going to make the year up so far. Is there anything as far as the games that you were looking forward to that we didn't mention?
Yeah.
Out of all those small indie games or even ports that you guys are excited for, let us know in the comment section. We love to chat with you guys. If you like this video, give us a big thumbs up, share with your friends, hit that subscribe button, and we sure hope to see you again soon on...
Super Platinum Achievement.
Okay, bye.